time to do a full event recap of UFC on ESPN +9 Fight Night 151 Ottawa Cerrone versus Iaquinta. Okay, great fucking fight card. The main event and I was about to say co-main event. The main event delivered beyond belief. The main event was every main event on ESPN has done amazing. You know what I'm saying? Let me just scan through the main events of every card before I even get into this. Overeem Olenek, great fight. Souza Hermanson, great fight. And then this one. That's just recent history. There's been better ones before that. But we're going, boys. Here we go. Mitch Gagnon versus Cole Smith. I picked Cole Smith to win. He got the job done. He looked good. He got rocked in the third round, but he fought through it. Came back. Got the decision win. If you picked Mitch Gagnon, you're stupid. Because he's been off for 3 years. And the division changes while you're out. Ask Cain Velasquez how he feels about it. Arhan Bula beat Juan Adams. I thought Juan Adams did enough to win. They gave it to Arhan Bula. Well done. Well done, Arhan Bula. You beat Juan Adams. Both guys were pretty shit, but I thought that Juan Adams did enough to win. I picked Juan Adams to win. They gave it to Arhan Bula. Oh well, the judges have got poutine in their fucking eyes. Matt Sales versus Carl Nelson. I picked Carl Nelson. He was doing good. He was doing real good. He gassed. Okay, he took this fight on shorter notice than usual. He gassed out. He gets submitted in the third round. Matt Sales looked good. Carl Nelson was looking good in the second. Okay, in the first he was getting the shit beaten out of him. And I'd like to see if that was a 10-8, because if that isn't a 10-8 under the new rules, I don't know what the fuck is. Matt Sales gets the job done. Good performance from Matt Sales. He finally gets his win in the UFC. Good performance. Very good performance. I don't know what's next for him, because I don't really know anyone at that low in the division. Nordin Taleb beats Kyle Prepelec. Nordin Taleb's been an underachiever. Okay, he looks the part. He's very technical. He just doesn't put on the most dominant performance. He won on all 3 rounds, in my opinion. And he did very well. He just doesn't dominate like he should against a guy who took this fight on 5 days' notice that's 12-5. Now 12-6. You know what I'm saying? But hey, good for Kyle Prepelec. I'm sure he's going to be staying in the UFC now. You know? That's good. That's good. He takes a fight on short notice. Now he's in the UFC. I'm sure they'll give him another fight. They need fighters. UFC needs fighters, believe it or not. They're having trouble filling these cards up. Amian Zahabi gets beaten by Vincent Morales. Absolute disappointment from Amian Zahabi. Complete disappointment. He looked like trash, if I'm honest with you. He didn't want to fight, in my opinion. Didn't want the fight. Just wanted to survive in the third round. He knew he was down 2 rounds. Didn't want to fight in the third round. He's got 2 minutes left in the third round, and I called this. And his judge even mentioned that we need a finish, okay, which is his brother, Firas Zahabi. And if Firas Zahabi knows you're down 2 rounds, you're down fucking 2 rounds, okay? He calls we need a finish. Amian Zahabi goes out there, avoids the fight for the final 2 minutes. Completely avoids it, doesn't throw a single shot. You don't want to be here. You don't want to win. Get the fuck out. Or fight another guy that's worse than you. I don't know. Do whatever you want. Macy Chiasson versus Sarah Moras. It was looking rough in the first. And I think it's because Sarah Moras surprised Macy Chiasson with an early takedown. She got her down, but Macy Chiasson showed that she can battle a bit of adversity. I picked her to win as well. And also I picked Amian Zahabi to win, but he lost. I picked Macy Chiasson to win. I did a prospect spotlight on her. She's a savage, and she's finishing fights. And that's 3 in a row, and she's ranked now. I don't know where she's ranked, but I think she's ranked at number 14 or something. Sarah Moras is 5-5. What are we doing, UFC? Up your fucking standards for female fighters. I don't care if they have a nice ass. Get them out if they're shit. See you later, Sarah Moras. You've lost 3 in a row in the UFC. If she doesn't get cut, I don't know. All hope is lost. The feminists have won. Anyway, moving on. Macy Chiasson looked good. Very good. Andrew Sanchez versus Marc-Andre Barriault. Great fight. Great fight. This was contender for fight of the night until Cerrone versus Iaquinta happened, which we'll get to in a second. I picked Marc-Andre to win. Andrew Sanchez got the job done. It was a close fight. It was back and forth. I think I gave the second round to Marc-Andre. Andrew Sanchez showed what a savage he is. Came through in the third round. Got the job done. He's lost in the UFC, but I think this is a good win for him. And Marc-Andre, hey, that was your debut. They'll give you another fight. That's how it works. If you take a fight on short notice and you're joining on the UFC, you take the fight on short notice, they're going to give you another one. They're not just going to say, alright, thanks for that, see you later. They never do that. They're going to give you another fight. Walt Harris versus Sergey Spivak. Sergey Spivak was absolute trash. He was 9-0 against who? If you're if you're a heavyweight like me, and you're a big guy, and you're around 6'4", and you're around 240 pounds, join the UFC. You'll get so far. You will get so far. Please, if you're a heavyweight-sized person, join the UFC. Start training. Train well from a young age. If you're a 17-year-old and you're a heavyweight size, get into mixed martial arts. You'll be champion in about 5 years. Everyone is shit. Sergey Spivak was the worst fighter I've ever seen. He didn't even throw a fucking punch. He just covered up and let the finish happen. He's 9-0. Join the UFC. You'll be champion within 5 years. I promise you. Okay, if you show any sign of skill, you can be ranked in the heavyweight division. They are shit. They are fat fucks who don't care about getting knocked out. That's all they are. So if you want to win and you want to be champion, and you're young enough to start going into this now, join the UFC, please. You'll be champion within 5 years. Everyone is shit outside of the top 10. Anyway, Brad Katona versus Merab Dvalashvili. I picked Merab to win. Everyone hated on me for it. Don't just look at 8-0. Look at the 8 people that he's beat and look at their records. And look who they've beat to get that record. Tin cans. Brad Katona was a bit overhyped. Got his wins in the UFC. Fair play to him. But I knew Merab was a savage. I knew he was. And he's had some robberies in his UFC career. I thought actually... He actually mentioned this in his post-fight interview. He said the judges took 2 wins away from him. And I think that sort of happened. Because he lost to Ricky Simon, you know. And that was a rough fight because that was the one where he was kicking after getting submitted. And he was still there according to him. He was just tired at the end. I don't know how I feel about that, but that happened. And then he gets a win over Merab Dvalashvili against Terrion Ware. Gets a decision win. Now he gets it against Brad Katona. Looking good. Looking good, Merab. Keep going, bro. He's young. He trains with a Cerrone gym. He's got a good team behind him, especially jiu-jitsu-wise. I've always said this about the Cerrone gym, and I'll get to this with Iaquinta. They don't have a lot of stand-up advice in the corner, but at all. They don't have any striking advice in the corner. It's all just Matt Serra going, punch him! Punch him, dog! Go on, Merab! Take him down! You know, there's no technical advice until the fight's on the ground from Matt Serra. Ray Longo doesn't speak, you know, and in striking-wise, there's no advice. There's just punch him. You can do it. Hey, oh, you're getting your grinder on my grinder. You know, stuff like that in the corner that you don't really need to hear. What you saying, Matt Serra? I need to know about my jab. What are you talking about grinders? You know what I'm saying? I don't care about Subway. Stop talking about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But then we move on. Cub Swanson versus Shane Burgos. I made a video on this. Shane Burgos looked phenomenal. Great performance. They gave it a split decision because fucking Canadian, eh? Got syrup in their eyes. The judges have syrup in their eyes and it's fucking sticking their lids closed and they can't see what the fuck they're looking at. Shane Burgos won every round in my opinion. They did a split decision. Someone gave Cub Swanson all 3 rounds. Cub Swanson's been sucking some judge dick, in my opinion. Shane Burgos gets the win. Phenomenal performance. I want to see him versus Jeremy Stevens or Renato Moicano next. And I want to see Cub Swanson go to Bellator. Make double the money. Win all your fights and be champion within the next month. There you go. Done. Derek Brunson versus Elias Theodorou. The shittest fucking fight I've ever seen. Wasn't boring. Wasn't because it was boring. It was the worst fight I've ever seen. And I won't talk about it. Not on my team. Not on my time. Okay, I'm not going to waste any fucking time on this. It was the worst display of skill I've ever fucking seen. Both guys are shit. Both of them should hang their head low. No one walks out of that a winner. They're both shit. And they shouldn't be in the UFC. Let alone co-main event. Both of them are shit fighters. Both of them are shit. I won't even talk about the fight. I'm just going to let you guys know. Both of these guys are the shittest middleweights in the fucking world. They're shit. Especially Elias. Iaquinta versus Donald Cerrone. Let's get into the main event. This was good. Fight of the night. Waited for it all night. All the main events have been good, boys. Let's just go through the main events in general. Okay, back to fight night 147. Masvidal Till. Amazing fight. Back and forth. Masvidal gets the finish. Fight night 148, Thompson Pettis, amazing fight. Pettis gets a finish. Barboza Gaethje, amazing. Holloway Poirier, and then Gaslam Adesanya, amazing. Overeem Olenek, cool. Souza Hermanson, sick. Now we get this. Are any main events going to disappoint this year? I don't think so. Cerrone puts on a phenomenal performance, gets the job done, picks apart Iaquinta from the outside. Great stuff from Cerrone, man. Dad Cerrone is 3-0 in the UFC at lightweight, and he's a big lightweight, boys. He is a big fucking lightweight, man. People forget, I picked Cerrone to win. He's a big fucking lightweight. I also picked Burgos to win. A reference on my predictions. Cerrone part. Reach him, he's too big. You know what I'm saying? Donald Cerrone's just too long at that division. And forget, the weight cuts were just completely different. He couldn't make one. Knowledge on cutting that can make 155. A lot of people were questioning, how's he going to make 155? He just beat Alexander against Alexander Hernandez. Stop giving Cerrone excuses for when he loses. If he loses, it's because Iaquinta's a savage. I'm sick of it. Donald Cerrone looked professional, looked like a savage in there. Pieced him up in the 5th when he didn't even have to. He won nearly every round. I gave 1 round to Al. I think the 2nd round I gave. Phenomenal performance from Cerrone. Al, what do I want to see? You could sell houses. He makes money off of it. Does he need to fight anymore? If he does, and he wants to keep going, there's fights out there for him. Al Iaquinta versus Edson Barboza. Sign me up. That's a great fight. Al Iaquinta versus Edson Barboza is a great fucking fight, and I'd love to watch it. Donald Cerrone takes on Conor McGregor. Of course. Of course he does. Name a bigger name without a belt. I'm waiting. Donald Cerrone, before they wouldn't give it a main event. I don't think it's because it was... They would love to give McGregor a main event. I don't think they were just trying to say because they didn't have a title. I think what they were saying is, Donald Cerrone's ranked number 10. We can't have a number 2 versus a number 10 as the main event. It doesn't make any sense. Now Cerrone's going to be ranked number 4. It makes a lot more fucking sense. That can headline any main event. Conor, please. You say you want to come back and do it live on pay-per-view. I beg, it will get me a lot of views. Please fight again, Conor. You're amazing, bro. I love you. You're amazing. Fight again so I can make prediction video after prediction video on this fight and make a ton of fucking views. Thank you. Donald Cerrone versus McGregor's next. No other fight available other than maybe if that doesn't happen. If McGregor wants to make another 1 billion whiskey sales and live life, he's just fucking winning at the moment. Why would he fight? He must just love it. Why would he fight? He's had 1 billion whiskey sales. Like, he's winning life. He doesn't need to fight. But hey, if he does, it's Cerrone and no one else. But if Cerrone doesn't want to wait for McGregor, Gaethje. And Ferguson, I don't know. What are we going to do with Ferguson? I don't know. What do we do with Ferguson? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. He deserves a shot. Everyone knows he deserves it. But it's such a clusterfuck. You just can't hold guys up. And I will say this. If Cerrone beats McGregor, he's going to get a title shot because his name's way bigger for beating Conor McGregor. But if McGregor beats Ferguson, if McGregor beats Cerrone, which I think he does, I actually think he beats Cerrone in the first 2. And I think he beats Al Iaquinta after that fight as well. Especially if he's motivated again. Not like he was against Khabib. I think he needs to fight Ferguson afterwards. I don't want to see him fight Khabib after one fight. I want to see him in Eddie Alvarez form. When he fought Eddie Alvarez. 2 back-to-back fights every 3 months. Then he jumps in there. Nice and tuned up. Not after 2 years off when you didn't do any grappling. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him fight Cerrone, and if he wins, fight Ferguson. And if he wins that, then he gets to fight Khabib. And I know what you're saying. Ferguson shouldn't have to fight McGregor for a title. It's the best case scenario. Ferguson isn't going to get a title shot just on its own. That's not how this is going to work in any way. The best case scenario is Ferguson gets McGregor and he gets a payday out of it. You know, because at least then he gets paid, guys. I know he deserves a title shot. Everyone knows. Everyone knows he deserves it. But when he's been out and been fucked over by his own injuries or his own personal issues, this is the best route around it. You want McGregor to beat Cerrone so that at least then Ferguson can get a payday whether he wins or loses. Like and subscribe. Because although guys say it's a contract fight and they're not going to make money, you're going to get a bump. know what I'm saying? You're going to get a bit of a bump. Stop complaining. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Thanks for 1K subs.